Well, we are back at it at the Oklahoma Speed and Custom Hot Rod Shop today. Want to get going on this other 32. So I'm going to start by, we're going to get the firewall in it, and I'm going to start cutting this stuff off, and we'll start putting the new stuff on, just kind of get it cleat-coat in place, and kind of just start to see exactly what needs to happen with the A-pillars. I'll probably leave them for now until I get the doors kind of squared away on it. But I can go ahead and start, you know, kind of getting this in place. Not welded, just where it's set in place to where I know that it's pretty dead close to where I can start, you know, kind of working my way back. This top is uneven, so I am going to have to cut one side and kind of even it out with the other side, but we'll get there when we fit the doors. I still got a lot of cutting to do to fit the doors, so let's get this firewall going on this thing. Let me give you a little update on Craig's real quick. Having work on this thing, I got all the wood out. I'm gonna ask my father-in-law, he's really good with woodwork. I'm gonna see if he can help me on the wood, get it repaired, because where they channeled it, they cut a lot of the old stuff, or the old wood off, and we need to go back and fix all that. It's just really, you can kind of get in there so you can kind of tell it's just been boogered and welded, or cut off with the torch. Just burned from them cutting their sub rails. So we'll get that stuff squared away. I got this side looking dope. She's really coming along. I got it fitting really good. Beads all line up right nice. I got the wheel well pretty much in. I got to do a little more hammer and dolly on that top section up there, but kind of get me right here. This is in the way, this piece, so I need to get this out and actually repair this lower portion of it, and then I can hammer and dolly that upper spot. So I gotta do that on both sides. So that'll probably be next step on Craig's. But I want to get this thing going. I haven't touched it in a week or two, so I need to, you know, make some progress on it. So let's get to cutting. First up, we're going to try to find the spot welds, so we're going to clean this off. Looks like they just welded the edge of it right here, so I'll just take a drill bit and cut through it and see what it does. Dang, that works good. You can do that all the way across. Just drill that little spot out and hammer it with a flat screwdriver. Be easy. Cool. Dang, look at all that. This is why we are redoing this car. That is not ideal. That's a good way for the paint to crack later. Same thing on this side. Not ideal. Whew. We'll get it fixed. Way better. So I kind of got it figured out. I'm going to cut it up here and just take this whole side off. We'll leave the inner structure in it, just take the skin off, because I mean, I'm thinking it's probably not in the right spot anyway, the cow. So I'm going to go ahead and just start from ground zero, cut all the bad off, and then we'll just build it from there, and I can make sure everything's straight as we go, because I guarantee you it's not right now. So we'll get it figured out though. Well, we are getting there. I'm at a point now to where I need to make sure this is the right height, cowl wise. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the firewall cleaned up, all ground down, because I need to locate this area and make sure we're in the right spot here. And this area is kind of funky because this panel wasn't made all the way to this panel. So I got to kind of take 3 panels. As you can tell, this one is made as that piece right here. So I'm gonna have to do some messing around right here, but that's no big deal. I can get in there and hammer and dolly it. Not scared of it at all. It's just one of those things. But we're looking good. I did notice something kind of weird. The rocker is overlapped with the old rocker, so I probably need to fix that. So we'll get into that after I get this situated. We'll start getting the firewall, and then we'll move back. Once we get the firewall kind of in place and cleat code where I'm happy, we'll start evening out the top to where I can build these pieces right. We're just chipping away at her, so we'll get there. Well, it's starting to look more like a car. Been kind of just bolting stuff in. I got the firewall fitting-ish. The feet need a little bit of work on them. As you can tell, that one's kind of sticking off, and it's got an extra hole in it, so I need to weld on those. But I think this one needs to come down a little bit, but I'll probably hammer around on it and try to get it fit a little better. But all in all, we're getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this piece off and go ahead and cut this off. Probably I need to look at it underneath, because if I cut this, I need to make sure it's gonna stay a car and not fall into a million pieces. So just pay attention where I'm cutting and go from there. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Greg was pointing out where they cut into it, I guess, to get an old insert off around there, and then on the back you can see right there, that's on this side too, Craig. It's all the way around. Ooh, they got it good over here with the grinder. Might have to fix all that. I might I really need to square the top up, but I also need to do the doors at the same time. So I need to do some measuring before I can go ahead and cut that side, but before I get too crazy, I need to go ahead and locate everything. Well, relocate everything, because it's not in the right spot. I tell you that right now. If you're a 1/4 inch off, something's wrong somewhere. So let's get this all figured out real quick. We'll run some tape measures on it. So we did just get done measuring it. It is 40 on this side and 40 1/4 on that side. So what I'm gonna have to do is leave this side where it's at, and then cut a 1/4 inch out of this side just so where it lines back up. Before I do that though, I'm gonna build like a little structure to brace this up, so when it drops, it stays in place, if that makes sense. So I'll get all that structure built where it's tacked and it holds it up, and then we can just lower that down, and just on this side I can leave that side together and it'll just kind of pivot, if that makes sense. The biggest thing I'm looking for is to make sure the windshield stays the same, or not the same, but we check it, you know, where it's right height wise. Same thing with the door openings, so I'll just check them. We should be good to go. The doors, on the other hand, I'll probably have to, we'll go ahead and fix it, and then we'll just fix the doors to the gap, to the hole, if that makes, you know, because it should be, it's right. That's the thing, it's kind of a pain because the rockers are overlapped. I'll show you on this side. The original rocker is still under there, so I need to cut that out because I'm worried that's part of the problem with the doors. It's not allowed to shut all the way, so it's keeping it out. So there's some digging I need to do, but we will get there. I'll think about it tonight and kind of get an idea, and we'll be back on this thing on Wednesday. Build that structure, and we'll start to get you know, figure out what I need to do on the rest of it. So till then, see you on Wednesday. Well, it's Wednesday. I thought about this. I'm gonna make a structure that kind of goes off the sub rails. I'm gonna bolt the sub rails to the frame, and I'm gonna brace this, so I'll have a piece of probably 1x1 that goes up and braces all this, so it doesn't, when I cut it loose, it doesn't fall. The rocker panels, I'm gonna have to run a brace from like this area for the door latch, and I'll run it back, and I'll probably run it to the wheel well, because that's the only thing that's right, because this is all got to go, so I can't run it back to here. This is all got to be cut out, so I'll probably run it back to the wheel well, and then I'll probably run one up somewhere, so I got to figure that out. Probably here, maybe. That's a solid piece. I'll probably run something up here like this, just to keep the lower piece intact, because I got to cut all this loose anyway. So I'll probably wind up go ahead and cut this whole section out and just make a new piece for that. But in the meantime, I've been kind of working on getting the frame apart. I'm gonna go ahead and get it on the chassis jig so I can get a little bit more room in here. I got the rear pretty much loose, and now I'm just gonna do the front real quick. We'll lift it up and get it on the jig, and then I will show you my side project I've been working on this week. Let me get this done, and I'll go over to that and show you what I've been working on. Well, we got the frame on the jig. I did notice this is a little bulged out back here. You can kind of tell, I guess, from the rear end probably hitting. So I'm gonna have to fix that. The frame doesn't fit the best back here. I think it's just because it's just out of shape, because it don't have any cross members in it in the center. So that's another reason why I was kind of wanting to do this, to put it in the jig and just make sure it was straight. Also, I have to put the rear sections on this frame, so I'll have to order some of those. All in all, it's not too bad. It just needs some stuff cut off and some holes filled, and I got some X members for it to put in the center. I'll bring them and lay them in there probably on the next video, get it all laid out and kind of show you what we're doing. This video, just kind of getting an idea of what's got to be done to it to get it straight again. It's not bad, like I was saying. It just needs a little bit of tweaking, and that back spot back there is about the worst spot, just where it's kind of, you know, hit on the axle and pooched out a little bit. So I'll fix that one. I have started figuring out the jig on this thing. I started measuring, going back and forth between Craig's and this car, and this car's out a little bit. I started measuring from here to that other side. This one is a 1/4 inch off. It's a 1/4 inch, what was it, wider. So this one's wider than that one. I have to measure, yeah, that's what it is. So a 1/4 inch wider than Craig's car. I know Craig's car's right, because it was never really cut apart. It's all factory. And it all lines up perfect. So I got some messing around to do on this one. I have thought about, I think I'm gonna make a jig off Craig's that goes to the stock latch holes. So I'll make a cross brace that goes all the way across and just make it go to the stock latch holes. And then on the back, I think I'm gonna do one that goes to the hood hinges, or not the hood hinges, the door hinges, to where it'll have a crossbar that goes from the door hinge to door hinge on each side, just to keep it level and straight. Because I don't have anything on this car, so I really need to find a basis to go off of, if that makes sense. So if I can use Craig's, then I can fix this one. So I know Craig's is right, we'll fix this car. So that's why I haven't started on the jig, because I want to get Craig's new wood in to actually finish the jig on this one. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna get the frame started on. That's why I kind of got it in the jig today, because I know I was waiting on stuff to get this one right. But all in all, making some good progress on that stuff. The last 2 hours I've been sanding on this thing. I got it blocked, and then I got it in 320 grit. So I just need to blow it off, clean it, I did forget a piece, so I'll need to DA this down real quick and then prime it. I'm hoping I can shoot this thing in the morning. I've been working on it for a long time. It's for my aunt. I've been kind of just working on it when I get a chance to get a free spot in the shop. I've been kind of working on it here and there. I did a lot of rust repair on it, on the front. I replaced this whole front section from like here to here, pretty sure. It was big old piece. And this piece was all caved in and kicked in, so I body worked it and got it all ready to go. So I got it in prime, ready to paint. I got these all squared away, all the lids all ready to go, so I'm gonna try to paint this thing in the morning. I got a half gallon of red. Hopefully that's enough. We did get a new cooler system for it, so I'll show you that too, because I'll probably pop it in there after it's dry. Probably it won't be on this video, probably the next one, honestly. I'll video putting it all together and getting it working, getting a pop out of it. But anyway, I'm gonna get this place cleaned up a little bit. I got that thing pretty much, that thing is ready. So I've already went around it once, or actually more than that, 3 times probably. But we'll go ahead and get this thing blown out, and we'll start getting the paint booth up. Forgot a few spots. I forgot this too. I'm gonna call that done. Turned out pretty good, I think. Actually laid out pretty decent for being a little cheap gun. This thing's got a little bit of texture on it, but it's not terrible. It's got a little orange peel on it. Looks like a Coke machine now. Oh, we about got the shop cleaned back up from the paint mess I had red everywhere. You can still kind of see it over there. I put that thing up and it really didn't help. One of them deals. Just kind of have to pull everything out one day and blow it out to get the rest of it out. But
hey, it looks good though.
Not bad. Yeah, it turned out pretty good, I think. Out here, got it out here in the sun. She is glowing. I'm super stoked on it. Ready to get a cold pop out of it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Till next time, see ya.